Alrighty, so I got me some carrots. I know they don't look clean, but actually I'm going to peel them, then wash them. So I'm going to be making some carrot cake. I haven't made carrot cake since I don't know when. I cannot tell you the last time I made a carrot cake. Alright, so I found this, I don't know what you call it, manual food processor. There's a name for it. I forget what it's called though. I'm going to have to cut these in half so they fit better. I think we can do a couple at a time. I'll go ahead and cut these carrots in half. So I did cut the ends and the tops off of these. Okay. Alright, so let's make sure we get this in correctly. We gotta press on this as we spin. How do you do this? Okay. I'm struggling. Alright, while I was away, I actually broke that manual food processor. Well, I don't know if I did it, but a piece of it broke and I couldn't use it. So I was able to find my mandolin. Well, not find it. I knew where it was. But I thought of my mandolin and I'm like, well, let me see if I can use my mandolin. And thank goodness I was, because I was not looking forward to just using a grater. It takes all day. Okay. Alright, so thought I'd come and show you the shreds here. So it did a very good job shredding it, and I'll be using all of this for the cake I will be making soon. So look at that. There are different sizes, which I think would make for a nice texture. There's some that's kind of thick, like this right here. I just need to go through and separate these out. See? No problem. Alright, so now I have my mise en place. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So the first thing they say to do is start your oven at 325. Okay, preheating. And then we need 2 cups of flour. And 2 cups of sugar. See how easy this is since I have everything laid out? And then I can also double check everything. And then we have, there we go, 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and 2 teaspoons of baking soda. Bam. Alright, so we just put that right there. Alright, so that's what goes in this bowl right here. Now, as I'm stacking up my dishes here, in the next bowl, we need 4 eggs. There we go, 4 eggs, bam. Goes in my little pile here. 1.5 cups of oil. Splash. Can you even see? I'm sorry, you guys can't see. There we go. So, dang. Let me turn this a little bit so you can see. Here we go. Alright, so we got the 1 cup. So, what did I put in here? 4 eggs, 1.5 cups of oil, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Actually, I went ahead and put 3. This will be really vanilla-y. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put this in the sink, and I'll be right back. Alright, so you can see my work area is getting less and less crowded now. So what we want to do with the dry ingredients here, I want to take a spoon and we want to mix those around, making sure the dry ingredients are mixed well. Alright, I think that's mixed well. So let's put that spoon over to the side for now. Now we're going to take our liquid ingredients and we're going to whisk this together. It's actually a little difficult to mix together. It's getting there though. I see why they say whisk now. I was surprised though that they didn't have the sugar go into this recipe. But this recipe is from 1978, which makes it 32 years old. So I'll tell you a little more about it later. Or maybe I'll save it for the intro. But yeah, 32-year-old recipe. Alright. So I think that's good. What do you think? Yeah? Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take this out, because I don't want batter to get between there. It'll be hard to get it out. Alright. Oop. My stuff fell. I got kind of a full sink. It's the end of the day, and I need dishes washed. I don't know if you saw them with the reflection. My dirty dishes, but I'll get those clean. Alright. So now we just want to mix these a little bit. Alright, you see it's not fully mixed yet, but that's alright. So now what I'm going to do is add my walnuts, and it's 1 cup of walnuts. And I chop these up with my blender. You don't have to do that. However, you know, if you have people in your household who have mechanical issues, that means issues with chewing, then you may want to do this. Alright, so there we go. So we still get the taste of walnuts, not quite the texture. I mean, there's still a couple big pieces in there, but, well, not big, but, you know, a few lumps of that, but nothing big. Alright, so here are my carrots that I struggled to shred earlier. And we need 3 cups of carrots. This thing don't want to open. Alright, so I have my measuring cup here. So you just, when you measure stuff like this, you just kind of, you don't want to pack them. Alright, so that would be, about a cup. Oh, my oven's ready. So that's 1 cup. I bet you I have just enough. I was thinking this would be, okay, 2 cups, and then 3 cups. Okay, so how many carrots did I have? I'll have to go back and look at the video, because I actually did the carrots. I shredded the carrots like about 4 or 5 hours ago, and then put them in the refrigerator until I was ready. So I guess you could do this like a couple days in advance, shred the carrots, you know, for those busy people out there. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so let's throw my dishes in the sink. Alright, let's put this one too. It sounds so horrible. Alright, so before I started mixing, I can't see what I'm doing. Let me turn this You guys can't see what I'm doing. I'm actually turning the video feed on my camera so I can see what you can see to make sure I'm centered, or at least enough for you to kind of see what I'm doing. Alright, so I just cleaned my spoon off. In the sink it goes. So I can go ahead and do this. I should have kept my spoon, but it's okay. It's in the bowl that had the dry ingredients. So if I need to, I can just pull it out. Okay. So we're going to just fold everything together. These carrots, ooh, kind of sticking together. Seems like a lot of carrots though. Usually like when you make things with flour, usually like if you can use up to the number of cups of flour you use. So if you use 3 cups of flour, you can usually use like 3 cups of blueberries or whatever your addition is. But this was 2 cups of flour and 3 cups of carrots. So maybe the carrots have help with the structure too. So I like to think about the chemistry of baking, or cooking for that matter. Like, why do they do certain things? Why is it this ratio over that ratio? Alright, so we don't want to over mix this. Now, another change I'm going to do with this is they said to use 2 round cake pans, and I would, but I thought ahead, and my thought was, you know, I really don't have the space for a tall cake in my refrigerator right now. So we're going to have to do a long cake. And that's okay. It's still going to taste delicious. You know? It's just not going to be the shape that we're used to. Alright? But it'll still look nice and taste good. So, I'm going to tell you, it's still hot. I waited, it's like almost 10 o'clock. It's still quite warm in my house. It's actually humid. It rained today. So, whew. Alright. Let's get as much out as we can. But at the same time, when you are making cake, you want to get it in the oven as soon as possible, because it'll make it a lighter cake. Alright. It'll be fluffier. Fluffy. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and spread this out. So, you know, especially when you do a long rectangular cake like this, you got to make sure you're pretty even spreading your goods out there. Okay. So it seems like I got some places with a ton of carrots and some with more of the mix. Alright, I think that'll work. What do you think? Yeah? Alright, so let me go ahead and get this in the oven. And I believe it was 30 minutes in the oven. If not, I'll tell you once it's out how long it was in there. Alright, see you when the cake's done. Alright, so I'm letting the cake cool, and I'll show that to you in a little bit. But right now what I'm going to do is start on the frosting. So what I have here is a half cup of butter, which is 1 stick of butter, and 1 cup of cream cheese, which is basically an 8-ounce block. So we're also supposed to do a tablespoon of vanilla. I'm just going to pour some in there. Alright. It's late, but it's supposed to be a tablespoon, and that's about a tablespoon. Alright, so I have it in a bowl. If you see, like, there's a silver bowl under here, and in that bowl it's hot water, because I didn't let my butter and cream cheese sit out too long. I only let it sit out about an hour, and you really want them to sit out about 3. But I wasn't thinking ahead. Alright, so I'm going to kind of smush it around a little bit. And you can see the butter is still kind of solid, but it's getting there. And the bowl is getting warm, so that's helping everything to get softer quicker. Okay. Alright, so everything is whipped up, and I don't want the butter to melt all the way, so I'm going to go ahead and remove it from my little setup here. Alright, so you can see it looks all nice and creamy, and it actually only took a couple minutes, maybe 2. Alright, now I'm going to whip it on high and kind of fluff it up a little more. I'll be right back. Okay, so there we have it. So what I'm going to do is kind of scrape this from the side here, and I'm going to put it to one side. Now this calls for 3.5 cups of confectioner's sugar. So I don't buy confectioner's sugar, but basically what confectioner's sugar is, it is just sugar that's really in very, very small crystals, to the point that it's an actual powder. So it's not powdered sugar, because powdered sugar actually has, I think it's cornstarch in it, where confectioner's sugar is actual sugar, just smaller crystals. So it called for 3.5 cups. So let's see, this is a what? 1/3 cup. 2, 3, and I'm being very sloppy measuring this. So since this is a 1/3, 3 makes 1 cup. Uh-oh. I think I'm going to be short sugar here. Let's see. Because this is only about 2 cups. That's what I was thinking. And actually, okay, we're going to say it's about 2.5 cups there. And actually, it's actually sweeter because it takes more actual sugar to make 1 cup. So I'm going to go ahead and make some more, and I'll show you how that's done. It's real simple though. Be right back. Alright, here's how simple it is. So you see this? It's regular sugar. I don't know if you can see the size of the crystals or not, but I'll put it there. Maybe you can. So what I'm going to do is take this lid, put it on it, and I'm going to need to go somewhere else because I'm out of plugs over here. And then I'm just going to mix this up. Alright, be right back. Alright, so here we go. We're going to put it in the mixer here. Let me move it up so you can see it better. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to just start mixing it. It's going to get loud. I'll turn it down. I'll turn the sound down for you. Alright, I think that does it. Alright, so I'm going to show you what it looks like now. And you'll see it looks like a powder. Can you tell the difference? There we go. Alright, be right back. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so that's another cup. Alright, so I'm going to mix that in. Let me go ahead and cover this up. Alright, so let's go ahead and mix this in a little more. Alright, it's going to get stiff, so you can either add water, milk, or I'm going to add just like a spoonful of cream. Alright, it's still really thick, so I'm going to add just a touch more cream. You can see it's just a drizzle that I added. You don't want to add a bunch at once. Alright, that's looking great. I'm going to scrape the sides down. Alright. So now I gotta see if this is really the texture I like, if it's got enough vanilla. Might need just a dash of salt to kind of balance out the sweetness. Okay. I think it's perfect. It's a little grainy, and it could be, you know, because my confectioner's sugar still was not fine enough. And you could, of course, use powdered sugar, and you'll definitely know that's fine enough. Alright, so let's get this cake. So here's the star of our show, the carrot cake. Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and just start putting the frosting on there. No, this looks so good. I cannot wait to try just a little bit. This frosting looks all nice and fluffy. Fluffy frosting. Alrighty then. So we got the frosting out of that bowl and onto the cake. Finish frosting up the cake here. Look how pretty frosting looks. I could just play with this frosting all day. Oh goodness. Alrighty then. I think that's good. You know. So let me go ahead and get a plate and I'll plate this up. Alright, here we go. Here's my little piece of cake. So let me give you a close-up. So you can see right there, I got little pieces of walnut. Got shreds of carrot. It's actually kind of hard to cut into a little bit. But look at it. Can you see the pieces of carrot? Tastes like carrot cake. You know what I wish? I wish I had thought to put raisins in this. That would have been so good. Maybe even rum-soaked raisins. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to go now so I can finish this. But thank you for stopping by Chef Carter's Cooking Corner. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm getting closer and closer to that 1,000 subscriber mark. So make sure you subscribe. Tell others to subscribe. Watch more of my videos, you know. And have a good day and be safe. Alright, make sure to wash those hands, sanitize, and wear a mask and all the stuff you need to do to make sure you're safe. Alright, take care.